1, 2, 3, hike!
Ready? Wait, ready? Break!
So we are just outside of Sisters, Oregon, on the beginnings part of the ORBDR Section 5. This is the similar place to where we were last year when we did the ORBDR. And you're thinking, now why are you doing the ORBDR again, Michael? Because y'all remember in the last episode, we got the fuel pump fixed in the van. Well, while the mechanic was in there, he found a couple of other things that needed to be fixed as well. And so we took it back to him, and we have spent a tremendous amount of money on the van. However, we've done some major improvements to it. We put 411 gears in it. We had it re-geared both front and back, so that we're not working the transmission quite so hard. And we also redid the front end. The entire, everything in the steering is completely rebuilt. So we got new upper and lower control arms, tie rod ends, bushings, ball joints, everything. New wheel bearings in the front. The rear end's been completely rebuilt, bearings throughout, and new brakes. So, like I say, it was a lot of money. Oh, that was the other thing too, was he found out that the alternator was starting to fail. So we managed to dodge that bullet. We caught that before it failed on us when we were out on the trail. So we took advantage of that opportunity to upgrade the alternator so that it's putting out more amps for the dual battery system and eventually the lights and the winch and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. So this trip is kind of our maiden voyage with all the new repairs. Since we spent so much money on getting the van repaired, we're kind of taking the overland route home. So we decided we were going to take the ORBDR. We're going to hit 5, 6, and hopefully 7. We're not really pushing real hard. We're going to kind of just enjoy this trip since we've already done the ORBDR. We're going to kind of spend a little time at some of the places that we really enjoyed. So that's what the plan is today. But first, breakfast.
are broken on both of the ones I use in my bedroom, the one Michael's been using.
Oh,
So-
the one in my car is not.
Because I don't have those fancy air down stuff. You got it? You figured it out?
I'm getting it.
You got the valve off, right?
What valve? What does that mean?
Oh, you don't actually need it plugged into air down, babe.
Oh, okay.
Yay!
This valve here needs to be on. You had it off,
Okay.
like it should be.
It was probably off by default.
After our debacle in the Ochicos, Lisa went out and bought herself a new compressor. Because her tires require such high air pressure, she went with a dual-cylinder air compressor that is designed to inflate and deflate all 4 tires at the same time, while also ensuring balanced air pressure.
Watch out for the bush.
And if this gets into the video, this is a Thor's Lightning system, and their customer service is beyond amazing. There's this little dial here that is counting down, and then I intermittently hold it there and it'll test all the tires and it'll tell me that they're now at 62. My goal is to get to 40. I think 41.2 is okay.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm gonna call that good.
We're close.
Yeah, all right.
I wish I knew the road to you. I don't care how far
Central Oregon has the highest concentration of caves in the state, many of which are lava tubes. One of the points of interest we wanted to see on this trip was Skylight Cave. Like most lava tube caves, Skylight Cave was formed when lava cooled on the outside of a fissure. As the lava flows, the top layer cools, and then as the lava retreats, a hollow tube is formed. Lava tubes become accessible when the roof collapses in one spot, creating an entrance.
I forgot about that.
It's just one of my...
You did so good.
I have very few phobias. Ladders just happen to be one of them. But, you know, I mean, I'm much better about it than I was 20 years ago. But
As I've gotten older,
Skylight Cave is best known for its 3 skylights that allow sunlight to reach the cave floor, creating beams of light that trace a path across the floor. The beams are only visible in the summer and are best viewed between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. As always, whenever you're visiting any cave, proper footwear is a necessity, and you should always carry a minimum of 2 light sources. Skylight Cave is a short cave and is very minimal and an easy hike both to the cave and within the cave itself. When moving through the cave, be very careful of the low ceilings. It's easy to bump your head, and the jagged lava rock can leave some pretty nasty abrasions. Skylight Cave is located in the Deschutes National Forest, about 9 miles northwest of Sisters. The cave itself is easily accessible via vehicle, although it might require some research to figure out how to get there, as it is not prominently marked and there is no signage. One of the things I love about Section 5 of the Oregon BDR is that it offers some challenges without being too challenging. This would be one of the more technical routes that Lisa has taken Harrison, so she was taking her time and choosing her lines carefully.
Light is leaving town. Colors fade, but I'm thinking we stay just for a little while. Let's lose track of time. Darling, stay for a little longer while I hold your time. We'll wait, so just rest your head upon my shoulder. Nothing in our way. It's colder, but the day's not over yet. Summer nights, watch them go by as we fight off the cold. Holding you tight, you know just what I'm thinking. I don't want this moment to go. No, I don't want this moment to go.
We had intentionally set a slow pace on the first day. We wanted to take some time to see some sights and wanted to take some time to learn how to use the new drone to capture some fun footage. We also intentionally set ourselves up to land at this cute little lake at the foot of Mount Washington for the night.
Thinking our way. It's colder, but the day's not over yet.
Today's drone lesson. You cannot store the drone or the batteries in direct sunlight, such as on the dashboard or on the console, especially on a hot summer day. My drone kept trying to shut down because it was overheating after only a few seconds of flying. We pushed through well into Section 6. We decided to attempt the more challenging hard loop into the backside of Olali Lake. I'd read that it was passable to high-clearance four-wheel drive vehicles, but other than that, had no idea what we were heading into. The route proved to be a long road of rocky and rough terrain, time-consuming, but nothing we couldn't handle. This route also took us up some of the most heavily destroyed sections of the Lion's Head fire. I'm sure it was beautiful old-growth forest in its prime, but even in the destruction, there's an eerie beauty to it.
Falling down, it's all you trust. Right now, you jump the gun. Like the last time that you chose, it chose you. Calling out, can you light the spark to come out of the dark? Like the last time that you chose, it chose you. It chose you. Yeah. That day, yeah, we knew that day. Ooh, we knew that day. Would go on. Falling blind through the open air. Trust the fool, you learn so like the last time that you chose you. Yeah. Ooh, we knew that day. That day, yo. Ooh, we knew that day would go. Ooh, we knew that day.
It took us way longer to push through this route than we had planned for, and we didn't make it nearly as far as we'd wanted. But the sun was setting and we were running out of daylight fast. On top of this, we'd been driving for nearly 12 hours, which is a long day for us driving off-road. When this lake came into view, we knew it was home for the night. We didn't even bother with dinner. We simply made up our beds and crawled in to sleep. Compared to Section 5 and the Olali Harder Loop, Section 6 is mostly just miles and miles of gravel road that are beautiful but somewhat mundane, and we had a lot of miles to cover. It was also too windy to fly the drone, so we decided to just push through as far as we could to get to our next campsite on Section 7. Yeah, it's a little close to the road, but it's cozy back in the corner.
And it's a dead end.
And it's a dead end road. So it's the last day.
Yes.
Last day of our trip. Actually, we need to be home tonight because, you know, work
in the
stuff.
morning.
So I took the information that you gave me yesterday and went up on Onyx, and I was looking, and there's actually a brand new trail report.
Oh, cool.
So
Nice. A couple days ago.
of course, it's not going to load because I'm doing that silly video. But basically, it sounds like there's still snow on there
And
Okay.
a significant amount of snow.
as of this weekend.
Yeah.
Now, he said it's
not just mood snow off to the sides.
Yeah, he said it's still traversable, but he said not for beginners. Now, when I hear not for beginners, sometimes I hear stay off my lawn. This is my trail. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
However, in this particular case, where the consequences for misjudgment could be fatal,
Oh, because it's very...
Because it's
a
a
shelf
narrow
road.
it's off,
and
it's off-camber shelf
off-camber.
road with snow on it.
With snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you're talking about off-camber, just being off-camber alone is you have to be pretty far off-camber to roll over, but
when you're sliding
Yeah.
and then you come to a sudden stop while you're off camber, that's where most people get in trouble.
Yeah. And both of our vehicles tend to be a touch on the top heavy side.
So I have mixed feelings. On one hand, I don't want to admit defeat, especially not having put eyes on it, because it could be a stay off my lawn moment.
Right.
But also,
Do we take that risk? And if we run into it, is there a way for us to turn around?
That's the other thing. Is it sounds like
somebody
it's
had
very
said, yeah, there
hard
wasn't room to
back up.
turn around, so they had to proceed through it. It sounds like maybe you before you get into it, you are on that shelf road for a little bit. The problem is that shelf road sits below on the north face of a cliff, and so that road doesn't see snow, or doesn't see sun, but for maybe an hour of the day.
Okay.
So it's one of those places that keeps snow kind of all year long.
well into the summer. So, however, it's probably been driven on a lot this weekend.
Right.
But the other thing is that this particular stretch of the BDR is roughly 70 miles.
Mm-hmm.
However, it sounds like it's pretty rough. It sounds
Right.
like we could be.
It could be a long day.
It could be a very long day. So, my question is: do we want to tackle this today?
Or do we save this for a time when we're not on the back end of our trip, needing to be home at the end of the day?
Right.
Because you have to work tomorrow.
Because I have to work tomorrow.
I have to work tomorrow.
You probably have some shit to do tomorrow.
I always have shit.
You were going to say something. You had ideas.
I did not know about the trail report, which completely changes what I was going to say. What I was going to say is, in order to make it, instead of doing the entirety of Route 7, which this is Bennett Pass, and Route 7 does like this,
Right.
to just do Bennett Pass and call it good, end up in Hood River, ta-da. But if Bennett Pass is where said Shelf Road is, let's not do that.
Were you talking about doing the cutoff to Badger Lake?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the answer to that. I just know that Bennett Pass is
We
one
need like
thing.
a big map that we can
Yeah,
project and be
that
like, here
that
it's
Route
here.
7 is 82 miles and Bennett Pass is a lot shorter than that. But if Bennett
That's where
Pass
it's
is the
at.
snowed-in Shelf Road, I'm disinclined to do that.
Right, because it says it's not for beginners. And while I don't necessarily consider myself a beginner,
I consider myself
you
a
definitely
beginner.
are. And Harrison's a beast.
And
that road is
if you-
narrow.
Right, and Harrison is wider than the average Jeep by
Right.
almost double.
Right.
And so if it's narrow Shelf Road to a Jeep, it's going to be pretty tight for Harrison,
Harrison.
in the best of weather.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm not inclined to.
Do it when
Yeah.
with some snow on the ground.
I like
Traverse your
adventure.
first
I
snow.
prefer to avoid stupidity.
And damaging our vehicles in the process.
Right.
Permanently.
And it would be a good plan to like maybe get a little snow experience under our belt on a slightly safer route.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you, I will never be okay with snow on an off-camber road.
I mean, you
On
were
a
already
precipice, yeah.
you were already going to have me drive, and you were going to film because you're
Didn't want to be
didn't
on that
want on
side.
that side.
And it also sounds like on the other side there is another narrow shelf road
There you go.
or narrow trail.
Right.
And then there's a trail that cuts between the Badger Lake cutoff between Bennett Pass. It's the Bennett to Badger Lake cutoff. That is like super narrow, lots of pinstripes, the kind of stuff that you love. So that doesn't really seem plausible either, because
No.
they said don't recommend for full-size vehicles.
Yeah, then
So-
definitely
Yeah.
don't do it. Yeah.
Harrison has no problem getting pinstripes on
On
not of those sorts
Not
of
narrow
the
narrow
other ones that say they're great for full-size vehicles.
Right.
The only way I could have a wider rig is if I drove a Hummer.
Pretty much.
So I'm not really entirely sure where that leaves us. I don't know if we want to motor up the trail a little bit just to kind of get a glimpse. I'm kind of feeling like I want to do that, but with it in mind that we're very likely going to turn around at some point.
The only thing I would worry about is just getting to a point where you need to turn around and not being able to. That's
Having to back 2 vehicles up a narrow road could be
yes.
not fun.
And I'm not a backer. Under the best of circumstances, with no one around me and no worry of running into anything.
As long as my backup camera continues working. I know.
Don't jinx it.
Yeah, it did quit for a little while the other day.
But I also feel you because I
Wanted to finish it.
right? It was like we were gonna do this section.
You had all the sections covered.
And I hate thinking of us being
Is
a
this
quitter.
the last one we haven't done, right?
No,
We
No.
haven't done 1 or 2.
Oh,
But
that's
those are
true. Way
way
down
down.
south.
Yeah.
But 7 alone could be done on a standard 2 overnight weekend.
Yeah.
Right.
In
Yeah.
September.
We could come here and spend.
when
We could come
hopefully
here
the
and
snow-
spend the night Friday night,
Yeah.
Exactly.
and then
knowing that it's here and that
Mhm.
and then get up on Saturday and tackle that.
Yeah.
You know,
and it's
like-
close to home. I mean, it ends in Hood River.
Like end of August before the snow starts up here. So
Right.
when the snow will actually be gone off that road, then you can take a crack at driving that shelf road.
Which I mean,
you're down.
I'm down. I like driving adventure trails sometimes. It's been fun. I know you're not a road lover.
I don't love shelf roads. I don't even know if I can even walk it.
Just
Well,
walk.
you would
walk
just hug
close
the bank.
close to the side.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd be down for that
Yeah.
when we absolutely know there's no snow.
Right.
Because getting to a point of no turnaround on a road we know there's no snow, we can suck it up and tough it through.
You can make it
Yeah.
work.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just one challenge too many.
Especially if I'm not driving it. So, yep, I'm a weenie.
Which I mean, if it was in the snow, you could definitely be the driver. But you were pretty clear yesterday. You're like, I'm not driving.
And then there were a couple of moments on the Olali Lake hard route
Where it was very steep off the
off that
side.
shelf road, and because it was on the passenger side, I was able
wasn't
to
as bad.
ignore it.
Yeah.
As long as I didn't talk about it.
there was one time Lisa and I was like, "Ooh, yeah, you should really hug that side a little bit more," because there was like a part where it had like dropped
A little
down,
washout,
so it kind of like came very very.
Oh yeah, there was a
close.
little bit of a wash. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw you guys drove right through it.
And we were like,
I
was
didn't
like,
see it.
You got to see that.
we did. We were like,
I did very clearly.
Yeah,
We made it.
and you did.
It was a very small section.
It was.
so-
It was the width of a tire, basically.
Yeah.
But we were like, oh shit.
That was my first thought. Was oh shit, yeah, hug that side. Holy shit, Lisa didn't. I can see the tires. I'm like,
Lisa likes to live
I
dangerously.
can't see much out the passenger side.
Yeah,
I've
she
got,
has to look
I've got this
over
like
the hood.
7-foot blind spot over here
In front of your vehicle.
10-foot blind spot in front of me.
I do not
just
envy
drive
you
by
for that.
Braille.
I do not envy you for that. So, I mean, that leaves us with what are we going to do with the day? I guess we're just going to pack it up and go home?
Go grab lunch in Hood River.
Yeah, let's grab lunch in Hood River.
Wow.
Oh,
Come down here and get in the camera.
he might. Put your arm down. He might.
Nah.
Oh, he went away. He came really close.
He did.
That was like the first night when he was hovering behind the screen behind the
There he
van.
is. He just peeked in at us from the white spot there.
Nah.
All right.
Yeah.
So then, if we're going to do that, do we need to even bother with breakfast?
Hood River's still going to be like a 2-hour drive, isn't it?
Nah. How do we get on the highway?
Oh, yeah.
Well, then it might be too early for breakfast or lunch by the time we get there.
Let's
I
see.
thought it was further.
We could do
But it's
brunch.
only further when
It's-
you're doing this, I guess.
Yeah, 46 minutes it says.
Yeah. We could
So
do
that would put us there at like
Breakfast.
10
lunch, late
Yeah.
breakfast. Yeah.
Brunch.
Yeah.
Brunch.
when all the other people are trying to get brunch
Yeah.
on a holiday weekend.
But, oh wait, sorry, the 46-minute one,
She's
you
like,
might
wait,
not
wait,
want to
wait.
do it. Looks like it has, well, there's 46 minutes or 54 minutes are the two choices.
So about an hour.
Yeah, so about an hour.
He really wants to come over here. He wants to come see you guys, but
He
I
wants
mean,
to
we
ride
still
to
have a
Hood
little
River.
bit of time of cleanup too. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
not too much though.
I'm really hating this.
I know.
Or we
I
just go
honestly,
home.
yes, I am too, because we were gonna do it.
Right, finally. Then
We could
only-
drive to the Dalles and have Pietros.
Oh,
You
that's
know,
in Hood River.
Oh, is it?
You're speaking
Yeah.
his language
Right.
now.
Yeah.
But they aren't going to be open when we get there
No, they wouldn't be open
for a
till noon.
while.
They wouldn't be open till 11, something like that. But that sounds like
Yeah, you sold him there.
I mean,
Damn
it wouldn't be my choice of a place.
Yeah,
to,
it wouldn't be
in Hood
anybody
River.
but Michael's, and
But-
I think it's a good consolation prize to not.
But I love you,
Mhm.
and I will eat at Pietros.
Hopefully they have salad.
well, yeah.
The last time we ate there, I could eat pizza.
Oh, yeah.
COVID kills salad bars, so it's, no, we have places that have salad bars, but that's in Washington.
Maybe they have wings.
Some places.
Or wings. They
They
probably,
probably
have
have
wings.
We can always look at the menu, even right here, since we have,
Yeah, we do have the
Reception.
internet here, of all places.
Oh, I mean, we are like almost right next to
Next
Mount
to Mount
Hood.
Hood. That's true. All
We're
those-
up here pretty high.
All those foo-foo skiers would not do to not have internet.
All right.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan. Not
And
my
you
favorite
know,
plan.
in order to make it more lunchtime, we will be driving from the Mount Hood side into Hood River. There are all of those orchards and wineries and things. You know, there's
He's
that-
like, you're not enticing me.
As long
Stuff
as
that-
Pietro's is at the end of it.
Okay, because we like that
There's-
stuff and you
there's-
like
there's
Pietro.
there's a drive called the Fruit Loop,
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect for us.
and it's a pretty drive. I'm saying it's a pretty drive. Fine, you don't have to eat fruit or drink the fruit of the vine.
Fruit of the vine. Fruit of the vine.
I'm great. I'm good.
But the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow for you is Pietro.
Thank you. Thank you.
At the end of the Fruit Loop.
Yeah. We live
Relationships are all about give and take.
we live to die another day.
And if we're voting, we outnumber you. So. I mean, if this were a democracy.
All three of us fit in my rig.
Oh,
There
true.
you go. I'll see you at Pietro.
Part of the fun will be having you there with us.
Yes.
Dragging me along, kicking and screaming. I
Oh,
gotcha.
He will enjoy himself.
You don't like pretty views?
Yeah. Want to see?
I know you got some great video of that beautiful view last
I
night.
did this morning.
And this morning.
This morning.
Oh, I thought that was last night. Okay.
No, yeah.
Oh, I guess the sun was out. Oh.
Mm. Oh, so
All right.
what was the mosquitoes? Got him.
Like, I got him.
He didn't do nothing to you.
He
Yeah.
was going to. He was coming this way.
All right. So,
Oh, they do have salad bar.
They have something. At least as of when their website was last updated.
Well, that was
10
a
years
picture
ago.
that somebody Googled the menu 3 years ago, which is post-COVID. So
Okay.
we'll
Cool.
see.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, so we'll see.
We're on it. Yes.
They also have wings on there too. So
Oh,
So,
so you know at least they have that.
oatmeal?
oatmeal.
Yeah, we'll get that started. That sounds like a good plan.
yeah,
We were not famished before we get there.
right.
Right. And the oatmeal doesn't keep us full very long. So
We'll be
By the
hungry
time
by the time we're there.
Yeah.
Win-win.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode. Be sure to leave us a comment or question. We love interacting with our followers. We're excited to share our adventures with you and would like to invite you to subscribe. Be sure to hit the bell so you get notified of new episodes, because we're not the kind of creators who post content weekly. Thanks for watching. We hope to see you on the next adventure.